Stripping, public outbursts, and opportunists. This is what happened to the women after Flavor of Love. Your time is up. In 2006, VH1 came up with the brilliant idea to create a reality-based dating competition show starring Flavor Flav from the rap group Public Enemy. Many women would audition for the show, but only a select few were chosen. Modeled after ABC's The Bachelor, if you're old enough to remember the golden era of reality television, then you remember Flavor of Love, otherwise known as the Hood Bachelor. But unlike The Bachelor, the contestants would be given clocks instead of roses, and we'd get a chance to witness some of the most memorable moments in reality TV show history. It's almost been 20 years since Flavor of Love's first season, and we're wondering what exactly happened to some of its contestants. Is Hottie still baking chicken in the microwave? Is Goldie still puking in buckets? Is Red Oyster still wearing the color red? Ever since the Flavor of Love ended, reality TV has literally never been the same. Birthing a new generation of television, VH1 knew they had something on their hands, but never imagined how huge of an impact their reality TV show, Flavor of Love, would have on the world of television at large. Since then, it has inspired dozens of reality dating shows, like Bret Michaels' Rock of Love, and will illegitimately go into the reality TV Hall of Fame. Back when VH1 announced they were having auditions for a dating competition show with Flavor Flav via Craigslist, yes, Craigslist, women from different walks of life piled together to get their shot at dating the Public Enemy hype man. However, can I let y'all in on a little secret? A good chunk, if not the majority of those women, weren't there for Flavor Flav at all. Not that y'all are shocked, because we all knew that, right? Since the seasons ended in April of 2006, some of the girls let it be known this was nothing more than a career boost for them. A way to gain exposure, but again, y'all already knew that. It's been almost 2 decades since the iconic Flavor of Love ended, and Flav is still out here single as a Pringle, and we were wondering what happened to the girls. PSA, unfortunately, we won't be discussing all of the ladies who appeared on the show, only Flav's top 10. But if you want us to do another vid going into further detail about what happened to all the girls, then let us know down in the comments. With that being said, let's get into what happened to the final 10 women. Sirius, contrary to her nickname, wasn't serious at all. Real name Sirius Stevenson, she was actually quite hilarious, even let the girls tell it. Sirius was the only young lady on the show who got the "I'm only here to further my modeling career" edit. For the most part, she stayed out of the drama, but every time she'd get screen time, Sirius was either talking about her modeling career or the other girls were talking about her modeling career. From jump, the girls were complaining about Sirius handing out her modeling photos and magazine articles like they were itineraries. And during her one-on-one date with Flav, who asked if she was really there for him, to which Sirius, unseriously as all heck, responded that she was, and immediately after began discussing her modeling career. She went as far as to bring her modeling portfolio to the date. She was the 10th person to get eliminated, and after the show, she joined VH1's Flavor of Love spin-off, Charm School, hosted by Monique. She went on to appear in some music videos, and eventually admitted to being on the show to further her modeling career. She is now married and has a child. Kim, Peaches Manning, was the 9th to be eliminated in episode 3, and gave off every bit a flower child. She too didn't get into much drama on the show, preferring to stay away from all the chaos. 9 out of 10 contestant New York cultivated somehow, and kept her focus on Flav. After she left, she continued with her music career, and even appeared on shows like The Bernie Mac Show and Boston Public. In 2016, she made a return back to the Flavor of Love mansion, taking a selfie in front of it, stating she'd spoken to the current owner of the mansion and exchanged stories about how good of a person Flav is. Tika Rain, or Sweetie, was the pretty sophisticated, wifey type girl on the show. She had the best weave in my opinion, and felt like a really down chick. But don't let the sweetness fool you, because as soon as she left Flav's mansion, we'd find out old girl was a whole rapper. A pretty good one too. She was clearly one of Flav's favorites, until she got eliminated. Always one of the first to be called out during elimination ceremonies, won that one-on-one date with Flav after winning that nursing home challenge, and remember when she helped put those dentures back in someone's mouth? During her one-on-one date with Flav, Sweetie informed him that if he wanted to taste her mouth, he'd have to wait at least 3 more weeks. Reasonable, I'd say, but apparently Flav wasn't feeling that at all. She survived that night's elimination, but Flav still was feeling some type of way. After that, things went downhill fast. Since the show, Sweetie has appeared on America's Got Talent, where judges proclaimed she sounded like a cat in a microwave. After trying again and getting a negative response, Sweetie flashed her butt cheeks to the audience and dipped. She's appeared in films like Wasteland and is credited in soundtracks for Epic Movie and Save the Last Dance too. Nowadays, she appears to be a stay-at-home mom. Abigail Quintanar, or Red Oyster, was mostly known for having worn the color red for 50-plus days straight before and during the show, and eliminating herself after finding out her dad had been in a serious car accident. She was one of the very few contestants that New York actually liked on the show. She was also known as the Snitch, who often told Flav about the other girls in the house who she thought weren't really there for him. Since her exit, Red Oyster has done promotional stunts still wearing the color red, of course, but since 2009, we haven't heard much from Abigail at all. Like, at all. She's gone completely under the radar, but supposedly, she's still friends with New York. Shatar Taylor, nicknamed Hottie, was the girl on the show with the huge bosoms, who sounded like she was rehearsing a speech every time she spoke. In fact, this would be the very exact sentiment Flav would tell her after eliminating her from the show. Most of y'all remember her from that infamous chicken episode, where she tried cooking an entire chicken in a microwave, as well as delusionally thinking she looked like Beyonce, to which New York informed her that she looked more like Luther Vandross, and like many of you, we haven't stopped laughing since. Beyonce, sweetie, I am so sorry. Hottie had been ultimately eliminated after someone informed Flav that she'd been on numerous reality TV shows pre-Flavor Flav, one of those shows being another dating show, Blind Date. To make matters worse, on Hottie's episode of Blind Date, she expressed that she was a proud gold digger, and Flav obviously wasn't feeling all that, so she got the boot. From modeling to acting, Shatar has dabbled in quite a few things, but her main gig appears to be producing. She's produced several short films for her website. Since the show, she's come out to insist that Hottie was just a character she played for the show, and that contrary to what we'd seen, she's a pretty great cook. She even has her own cooking series, Poultry Princess, and apparently had a son born before Flavor of Love that she didn't inform Flav about. Laylene Andrade, otherwise known as Smiley, was the crybaby on the show. Every time you looked around, the girl was crying. Probably because she wasn't over her ex-husband she had officially divorced just a week prior to coming on the show. Smiley was always at odds with the other women because they knew her heart wasn't in it. During a lie detector test given by Flav's surreal life lover, Brigitte Nielsen, Smiley admitted to being a stripper before admitting to still being very much in love with her ex-husband. Once word got back to Flav, he eliminated her from the season. Since Flavor of Love, Smiley went on to star in VH1's Charm School, VH1 Season 2 of I Love Money, and deems herself as a mompreneur. Whole time, she had 3 kids! She got married again after the show, but divorced in 2014, and allegedly still strips from time to time. But y'all didn't hear that from me, though. Fan favorite Goldie puked in a bucket on night 1, but she was too much of a vibe to let go so soon. Off rip, Courtney Goldie Jackson was hailed as a show favorite. She was witty, hilarious, and an overall good time with a pure heart. Before the show, she had just graduated college and moved out to LA in pursuit of her acting and comedic career. But along the way, just 2 months after the move, someone had informed Goldie about the Flavor of Love auditions. It wouldn't be till much after her elimination, almost 20 years after, that Goldie shared the Flavor of Love audition, and appearance was nothing more than just a job to her. She was looking for any acting gigs at the time and thought, why not? Was she really on the show looking for love? Well, no, but she genuinely wanted to build a non-romantic relationship with Flav. Flav ultimately sent her home only 3 weeks in, stating that their connection was more so on a friendship level. Since then, she's gotten a degree in social work from Fayetteville University, appeared in an episode of KCI and JoJo's Coming Clean, and continues her acting and stand-up work. Bye Pumpkin, known for being the culprit to one of the wildest moments in reality TV history, Brook Thompson, or Pumpkin, was the blue-eyed blonde chick who reminded Flav and viewers of his ex-fling with Brigitte Nielsen. Pumpkin basically fought with New York the entire season, and it genuinely felt like she was down for Flav, until, like Hottie, someone informed Flav that Pumpkin had been on numerous reality TV shows prior to being on Flavor of Love, resulting in her elimination. She made it all the way to the top 3 and was mad when Flav sent her packing after telling her she was here for the wrong reasons. Pumpkin walked right past Flav, said F this show, before Flav waved her back and Pumpkin pleaded her case, throwing contestant New York under the bus for being a fake beach that was there for all the wrong reasons. After going back to hug contestant Hoops, her back and forth argument with New York ended with New York daring Pumpkin to slap her. Pumpkin didn't slap her, however she did hurl a load of spit at New York, and it was a lot of it. Immediately, New York chased after her before mushing Pumpkin into a cameraman. The pure look of terror across Pumpkin's face right before she runs into the cameraman tells us that she knew what she did was wrong, and unfortunately for her, Brooke would be known for that exact moment probably for the rest of her days. Since the show, she's appeared in Charm School, I Love Money, and on the Playboy series Foursome before returning to her hometown of Bakersfield, California. Because of the show, she lost her job as a substitute teacher and cheer coach and now works as an accountant. The athletic Hoops, Nicole Alexander, actually ended up winning Season 1 of Flavor of Love, but at the reunion, she told the audience that she and Flav just weren't all that compatible. She just wasn't that into him. After hearing how she truly felt, Flav admitted that he should have chosen someone else as the winner. For the most part, Hoops stayed out of the drama in the house, somewhat. Following Flavor of Love, she'd soon find love with another highly prolific man, basketball superstar Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq and Hoops began dating in 2010 and eventually, supposedly, even got engaged before calling it off after Hoops was seen arguing with gym employees. Being inspired by Gabby Douglas pushed Hoops to pursue her gymnastics dreams. But after being informed that the gym only trained people 18 and under, Hoops didn't like that answer and began making a huge scene. She starred in the Oxygen reality series It Takes a Sister and wants to continue to produce other reality projects. In 2016, she began dating UFC fighter Ovince Pro and acted alongside Ice-T and Coco in the film King Dog. She now runs a clothing boutique in Knoxville, Tennessee. Last but not least, we have the HBIC Tiffany New York Pollard. She may not have won Flav's heart, but she did win the audience over with her over-the-top, confrontational persona. New York might just be the most villainous non-villain of all time. She went into the show being guarded, making it known to the rest of the house from jump that she was not the one to be played with. New York was adamant on not being there for the other girls, but for Flav, and made sure to stand out from the rest with her dramatic ways. Her meme-filled, packed moments and quotable one-liners immediately made her a fan favorite amongst viewers and producers. Her mother, Sister Patterson, was equally as dramatic, making New York a standout. She was too hilarious to be seen as just the villain, so much so that Flav ended up inviting her back for Season 2. Since her Flavor of Love days, producers loved her so much that they came up with a dating show just for her, I Love New York. But after 2 seasons, her relationship with the network cooled down a bit, citing unfortunate events that halted other projects from being pushed. Hailed the queen of reality TV, it's been years since her run with Flav, but since then, she hasn't hung up her reality TV crown just yet. She's appeared on E's Botched, Family Therapy with her mom, UK's Celebrity Big Brother, landed her own show, Brunch at Tiffany's, in 2017, and casted for a small role in Sharknado 5. She's since come out and admitted that New York is in fact a persona and character, and says that that really isn't who Tiffany was/is. She recently appeared in BET's celebrity edition of College Hill, along with Jocelyn Hernandez, Amber Rose, K-Way, Parker McKenna, Iman Shumpert, Orion, and Ray J. Are you surprised to find out what happened to the Flavor of Love contestants? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.